Welcome to All Things Retreat podcast. I'm Holly Porter, your host and CEO of Retreat.R. With over 25 years of experience in designing transformative retreats, I'm here to share insights and inspiration to help you create extraordinary experiences. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, you'll find valuable ideas here. Enjoy the ride. Let's dive in. Hi, welcome to the show, everyone. We are here today with Monica Walls, and she has a deep-rooted passion for people, culture, and values. She's built a career dedicated to fostering meaningful human connections and championing purpose-driven initiatives. Her professional journey began in Silicon Valley, where she served as an HR executive, seamlessly blending corporate responsibility with her commitment to community engagement through volunteer efforts and food drives, walkathons, and support for women's shelters. Driven by a desire to create something uniquely her own, she eventually transitioned from the corporate world to pursue an entrepreneurial path. Inspired by her Croatian ancestry and travels, Monica founded Keka. Oh, I'm going to say that wrong. Say that for me.
Keka's Usna.
Oh, thank you. A lip color collection that reflects her heritage and diverse stories of the people that she has met along the way. Unsatisfied with the limitations of his existing lip products, some too sticky, others drying, she set out to develop a formula that is long-lasting, hydrating, and comfortable to wear. Each shade from, I'm not going to say that again, our company, tells a story of celebrating individuality, connection, and authenticity while embodying the values that have guided Monica throughout her personal and professional life. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because I know, is that in a different language?
So Keka's Usna, it is. So Keka was my nickname as a teenager, and Usna is Croatian for lip, and I'm Croatian. So once I decided to do something different than a corporate life, I thought I was going to make it completely personal and just give a nod to my heritage and make it a passion project and have so much fun with it.
I love that. Well, how come that was your nickname? How do you say it?
Keka.
Keka.
You know, I don't even know how it came to be, but my best friend in like 7th or 8th grade started calling me Keka, and it just kind of stuck. My cousins called me Keka. One of my aunts called me Keka, and it just kind of stuck for a long time. And then once I was an adult, it went away. But when I thought about launching this company, because I wanted to do something personal, I was like, okay, let's go back to something that felt supernatural and super fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny. That reminds me when I was like, what did I used to be called? Halls, Hools, just short for Holly. But my friend was Becky, and so we call her Beck and Halls is what we call
Fun.
like Christmas, Beck the Halls. Anyway, but one time we were trick-or-treating and a guy used our names and we were freaked out. Like we were nervous.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we were wearing, I don't know, we had some jersey on, because back then it was popular to have your name on the back of your shirt,
Right.
and we had our nicknames on our shirt anyway, because that's why he used our nicknames. Like, how does he know? Anyway, it was so funny. They were written on the back of our shirt. Anyway,
Mhm.
I don't even know where that came from, but it just reminded me of, we don't do that anymore to protect our kids. You don't put their names on anything.
You're right. But we did. We had the same. We had, and her nickname was Nena. So we had a Keka and a Nena. And it was those, shirts that had the different cover sleeve that looked like a baseball jersey and the
Baseball
iron on
jersey.
decals on the back. That's it. Yep.
Totally. We must have grown up in the same era.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go
I'll
to the
keep
mall
page
and it was so
myself.
cool to get them. They
It
put
was
the
super
iron-ons
cool.
on. Yeah,
Exactly.
it was funny. Well, I
Yeah.
would like to bring your expertise to some of our retreat leaders. So most of our listeners are aspiring retreat leaders or existing retreat leaders, just looking for tips and things that they can make their retreats better. Or
Mhm.
if they're not doing them, ideas they can get. I always share that it's better to find someone who's already paved the way and just go in their tracks rather than to build your own, because that's always a challenge. So let's kind of let's make this more business talk, because you've got the background from corporate and then you moved into the entrepreneurial world. So give us a little bit of that story of how that transitioned and what your thought process was in that.
Sure. So I'm born and raised in Silicon Valley. And I loved HR, and what I did, and working for startup and growing companies, was able to come into many organizations and really build from the ground up. And that was the most satisfying thing. And then, times changed, COVID hit, how we worked changed. And I was at home just doing a bit of consulting. And one of my childhood friends said, "Hey, you've had an idea for lipstick since grad school. If you don't do this now, you're never going to do it." And of course, I came up with all the reasons. Oh my gosh, I can't do that. I need to do different things. I don't know where to get started. And he was quite the champion and said, "You can do this, and I can even help you, help point the direction." He had done some things in merchandising, and I was like, you know what? He's right. I can completely do this. And then I just thought, okay, then let's just go full out and do it. So hence the name of my company. Purple's my favorite color. So you see that represented in my brand. And then I took an even more personal approach and went, okay, so my models are going to look like my friends and my family and people I hang out with and everyday women. And my niece is on my website and all over my socials. She's the brunette that's proudly there all the time. And I just did a photo shoot a couple weeks ago, brought women I met from women's groups that I belong to. I love their look. I love their energy. We had so much fun. So I really just approached this like, this is going to be a passion project, but it's going to be a company and it's going to work really well. And I had a problem to solve. So like you said earlier, the problem was that some lipsticks, my favorite long lasting was drying, and my favorite couple of lip glosses were either sticky or they were gone in 10 minutes. So I wanted something that did everything. I wanted something that lasted. I wanted something that I could put a gloss over and it could be just a little bit of a shine, but not take off all of my color. And really excited with my formulation and have done exactly that.
I can't wait to order it. We talked a few weeks ago and then I forgot. You just get busy, but I
Of
have it
course.
up on my screen now. So when we get off, I'm going to get some ordered because I'm excited to try it. I'm kind of a lipstick snob. I by trade I'm a master esthetician and a hairdresser. So I had a salon and spa for 20 years and we sold bare essentials in there and I never liked any of their lipstick. I love their makeup and their skincare, but I did not like the lipstick. And I like stains that I only have to put on something that's going to stay. Maybe I reapply twice in a day and I'm good. Even with eating and wiping, I want it to stick.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to try it. I'm just excited that you brought this out and that you followed your dream because that's a lot of people get stuck up in that. Well, how many years did it take you? Let's just talk about that. How many years were you thinking about this from college to now? How many years went
Well,
by?
I wasn't. It was literally a project we had to do for, my master's program, and then I shelved it. But he was one of the, people I've known since childhood who knew about it. And he had brought it up and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." Now it's very different than the idea I had in grad school, of course, just because that was forever ago, but it was still something that I came up with. And it helped me kind of figure out what I wanted in a brand. You mentioned a clean brand, Bare Essentials can be really clean. So my
Yeah.
lipstick is gluten-free, it is paraben-free, cruelty-free, vegan-friendly, like all the good stuff. So you
Hmm.
can appreciate that with what you're putting on your skin. And you mentioned ordering. So I will tell you that this week, National Lipstick Day was the 29th, so just a couple of days ago. And I'm running a special. So it's a buy one, get one. And I'm going to leave that up for a week or so. We'll see how that goes. But the code is automatically embedded into the website. So that'll give you an option to try a couple different colors. And it's so much fun. I really loved HR, but this is so much more fun than HR. It's unbelievable.
Okay, so since we're talking about the code, I didn't clear this with you before, but I'm wondering if we could make a special code if they missed that cell. If they're a retreat leader that is thinking this would be a great thing to put in my swag bag for my retreat. We
Yes,
talked a little bit about that, but do you think there's something special we could do for this audience that maybe if they're listening to this in 6 months and they've passed the cell, they could do
sure.
something special to order?
Yeah, so we can call it a retreat 20. So retreat 20. I'll create that code when we're done today. And then it'll be live for folks and they can come and try it. And I'm always available. You can reach out to me, DM on my socials or through my website, and happy to have a chat with retreat leaders. I think it's important to make sure that you're giving women things that they can use and things that you feel good about and that you're comfortable with. I love when I go to a conference and I get a bag of things that I need or that I want or that I'm interested in. Then it feels like a real treat. You're like, ooh, I got this really cool bag. It's not another, I don't know. When I was in HR, I can't tell you how many little squeezy toys, those little stress balls or those things filled with sand. We used to come home from conferences with like 50 of those. Lipstick is so much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for
So
sure. I think I'll add the link in the show notes, not just yours, but I think I'll add, we have a swag bag idea, little freebie that we just let people have. And
nice.
it has, I think, 4 or 5 pages of ideas in categories that you can add. So I know we have chapstick in there. I don't think we have lipstick, but I'm sure you have something neutral enough that would fit anybody, or a gloss, of course. And
I do.
anyway,
I do.
I
My
love it.
clear gloss is really hydrating. So I've run across a few people who they just don't like color, or they have that amazing natural pigment to their lips where they don't. Yeah, lucky them, right? Lucky them.
But mine's skin
So
color is
great.
my skin, which is white, really, really white.
You and me both. And so I do have a clear gloss that is really great. I have a matte finish, and that'll give you an easy 10 to 12 hours. You mentioned putting it on, 2 or 3 times a day. I put my lipstick on once. One time per day, and I use my matte finish and it lasts all day long. I will put a clear gloss over it sometimes throughout the day, depending on how much I'm talking or, obviously eating and drinking. And it just kind of brightens up the color just the tiniest bit because it gives it a little more moisture, but it's really good. It doesn't take the color off. So I really
Yeah, I was
love
going
it.
to ask you that, because a lot of times when I put a gloss over my lipstick, it doesn't wear as, it'll still wear pretty long, but not as long. But regular lipstick it just doesn't stay on.
No. Yeah. And I'm with you. And I'm one of those people who, since I was 15, I need a lip liner. Otherwise, it goes all over my face. I don't have that perfect bow shaped lip that so many women have. And the liner just helps give me like the outline for the color to stay within. And so it works really well for me.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. I know I'm hit or miss with liner. I usually do it first thing in the morning, but when I reapply, I don't always have it handy on me. So, and I usually have the same colors, and so I keep it in my makeup and I keep one in my purse, just so it's usually the color I'm wearing right now. It's just enough. It's not. I love the color you're wearing though. That would look so good on me right now
It's
with
my
this shirt.
plum. So this is my plum. It's kind of what I wear every day. I will wear my red on occasion, and my wine is more my like va va voom going out color, if you will. A lot of people, the red is that for them, but my wine is that for me. This is my plum. I wear it just about every single day, and I love it. It goes with everything I'm wearing. It's not too bright. It's not too muted. It's the perfect color for me, and I really love it. So yeah, and
Yeah.
my matte comes with a matching liner, so you never have to worry about it. And then sometimes, when you want to have fun, I'll do the outline in another color just to add a little bit of more depth. It's just fun, right? Super fun to play with lipstick.
So if you guys, retreat leaders, are listening to this, I know this probably isn't the show for you, and that's okay, right? There's lots more you can choose from. But I think it's just building a business, isn't always the easiest thing to do, and taking the leap. And that, with Monica's story, I feel like that's really what we're diving into, is taking that leap and doing something different. She wasn't happy with her corporate. And boy, how many people have heard that story over and over and over, and they're just exhausted. And not saying entrepreneurship isn't exhausting, but it's your own exhaust, right? You're not having
Yeah.
everyone else string you as much. You can pivot and you can make those changes because you're the boss and you get to make those decisions. So, I mean,
Correct.
kudos to you that you were able to take that leap and do that. And I think for the most part, a lot of retreat leaders outside of corporate retreats are business owners and entrepreneurs that are building those kinds of things. And we can do retreats for anything you can think of. You could do a retreat for, that I can think of. I haven't thought about anything that you can't. And so I
Correct.
think, bringing people in and finding with you, I mean, it could be a self-care type thing where maybe it is more of a fun retreat instead of a learning retreat. Maybe you don't have to do business skills, or, just make it something fun where they realize how important self-care is. And
For sure.
how about you? Like, have you ever been on a retreat before?
I have. And it's funny that you said that. So my whole corporate life, I was part of an executive team, and we would go on retreats as an executive team because it helped us build the strength in that team. We spent time together. There was always a fun, thing to do at the end of each day or each week, depending on, how long it was. But it just helped you be a better team as a whole, right? You spent that time together. So I've done fun stuff like that with girlfriends too. So really retreat to me applies to in the business sense, in a fun girlfriend type thing, in the fun co-ed type thing. It doesn't have to just be, I'm going specifically only to a certain type of retreat. I think we use that word a little limited. And when we think about it from a bigger picture, it has so much meaning to it. And you can make it whatever you can make it whatever you want, right? It serves a purpose. It brings people together to celebrate, learn, or teach something. You can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, I agree. And there's so many different kinds of retreats. A lot of people are doing their events, is what I would call them more. You're structured. You're sitting down doing an event all day, and they might add a few fun things in there. And okay, so you're staying as a group at a hotel or something. But to me, that's still more of an event. It's an event retreat. An actual retreat gets you, I feel like, out of the norm. It gets you out of that routine, and it shifts things so that you can shift things,
Right.
if that makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Right. And you think about what you've learned when you walk away or what you've walked away with, right? So if it's an experience, if it's a learning, if it's a feeling, if it's relationships, there's always something that's a takeaway that helps you be a better you in whatever version you are in your life and wherever you are in your life, right? Whatever
Yeah.
stage, whatever profession, you can't lose.
Yeah, I think so. So do you talk about self-care at all with your business? I mean, to women at all? Is that part of
I mean,
your
I do. So I do a bit about my journey, right? Like I really wanted to not do it because I was scared. So I wanted to, you said the phrase, take a leap of faith, and that's exactly it. So I wanted to make sure that I did this for all the right reasons. It wasn't part of a plan. It was never I'm going to get to this stage and then do that. So I talk about self-care in a little bit of a different way. I think it's never too late to do something that you want. I think it's never too late to build your village. I did a talk at an organization and I talked about my journey. And one of the slides that I created was about the village that I built. And the amount of people on there that are not in my bloodline is unbelievable, right? I have girlfriends who will fly across the country to come and work expos with me. I have neighbors and friends who will ship product for me because all the shipping happens here, right? We're not at fulfillment centers yet. This is all happening, here. And so I have people who do that. People take time out of their day to come and be a model. My niece has had the luxury of flying to London and LA to do photo shoots. And you just build your village, and those are the people that support you and help lift you up. So that's part of self-care too, recognizing what you need and where you can get it from. And so I do talk about that, quite a bit. I talk about having fun. I talk about finding balance. It's never too late. Don't be afraid. Just try it. And one of the biggest things is ask for help when you need it, right? Reach
Mm,
out and say, I need a little bit of help with this. Do you know somebody who's an expert in this area? I'm curious about, whatever it is. To this day, before I publish an article on LinkedIn, I send it to anywhere between 1 and 3 friends and say, hey, give me your thoughts. And one of them is a man because I want to make sure that it's relevant for him too, right? It's not
yeah.
just women focused. I do have a unisex hydrating kind of made especially for men, but I call it a unisex product. And it's just like the little squeezy tube with the slanted edge that, men can put on. And he is a user and he loves it. And so I want to get his viewpoint on what I'm saying. And that's really important too.
Okay, so do you think you would ever do anything with sunscreen in it?
I don't actually, at
Okay.
least not at this point in time. It's a very different world going into like, what's in the realm of the medical edge, if you will, versus just something that's hydrating. I'm really comfortable knowing what I've learned. This has been a huge learning process. And I kind of approach this thinking, oh, I can figure all these things out. And sometimes there are moments like, maybe not so much, right? It took a little bit longer to get it, but you get it and you learn. But I think anything in that realm is not in my wheelhouse and not in my future.
Do you see yourself adding products over the years
I
or just
do. I
going?
actually I'm going to stick with lips, but I'm going to add more colors. So
Okay.
I'm working on a couple that I'm hoping to have out by the holidays this year and talking with my factory actually tomorrow. So we'll see the timing on that. But right now it's just on lipstick and lip liner and lip gloss.
And how many colors do you have now in the line?
So currently I have 5 available in a matte finish. I have 8 available in a gloss finish. And then I have the clear and the unisex as well.
Okay. Do you have them separated? I'm way into coloring because obviously hairdresser, forever. Do you have them in warms, cools? Does it say that when it describes what color the color actually is? The tones, or does it say, or is that?
It does not, but it is so funny that you asked that. I am going to be doing a collaboration with somebody who is a color analyst. I sent her a picture with no makeup on. She sent me back what my colors are, and I was so excited to see that I was doing all the right things. So we
Yes.
actually are going to do a collaboration together and are currently working on our slides to show how my colors go with what she analyzes and what's cool and what's warm. I learned so much from her, and we're going to do that at the end of August. So it's really
Yeah.
funny. It's
Okay.
so funny that you asked that because I
Always
didn't even
happy to
mention it
do
to you.
that on that stuff
Yeah.
too, because I did professional color analyzing, and I was my whole team
Um,
because I could do hair, skin, everything. I
nice.
was doing energy work. I was doing closet revival shopping. I probably would still do that if somebody asked me because it was so much fun. I'd go for 2 days. I'd fly to them and we'd just play for 2 days. But I just asked
Really?
that because, like me, I'm all warm. Being a redhead, I can't wear cool colors at all. So lipsticks would matter, right?
Yep. It does.
I mean,
And
they
I
can
do
make you
tell
white
people
or yellow.
it's true, but I do tell people, I think, like, wear what makes you feel good too, right? Like, celebrate yourself, how you feel comfortable, how you feel confident. I mean, it's a dead of summer, and I'm wearing a black dress right now. It's a short dress, but it's still black. And a lot of people would say, "Oh, you shouldn't wear black in the summer." That's fine. I think wear what makes you feel good, what makes you look good, because then you feel better about it. I have a friend who only wears red lipstick. I have a raspberry, and every single time she's around me, she's like, "Look, I'm wearing my raspberry because it's so different and it's such a bright color and it looks fabulous on our skin." She said, "I would have never bought this in the store, but I love this color." So,
Yeah.
wear
Yeah,
what
I'm
makes
not
you
sure
feel.
the red or the raspberry I'd wear because like I said, I feel like those are more cool tone colors. The one you have on, definitely, I might have to just get a couple of those because that's,
Plum, wine. Yeah, I love it. My blush could be fun for you too. It's like a nude with just a hint of a pinky, but it's got a nice base to it. So it's just the women who have those naturally colored lips that look so good. It makes me look like that. So it makes me look like that's my natural lip, which is so amazing. But yeah, it would be nice if I had that.
all
Yeah.
right. All right, guys, if you're still listening to this, I know you're rolling your eyes. Here we
Well,
are. It's
but
still, it's
guys,
okay.
but the guys are good, right? I have a men's product and they can help pick out things for their women. I have had a few men buy colors. So, of course, I get sales from men, but I have sales from men buying things for, I'm assuming, their wives or their girlfriends. And I've even had some reviews of, I picked out this color. My wife really liked it. I was like, okay, that's fantastic. I love it.
All right.
Picking a color
I
for your
would
wives.
consider a lip scrub. I think a lip scrub is something fun to have in a line too, just to keep everything exfoliated. And I think the lipstick stays on better when your lips are exfoliated too, for
Correct.
sure.
Yeah. And that could be interesting, right? Like a lip mask, a lip scrub, there's things that you can do. And so maybe as I get farther down,
Yeah.
but I definitely
Yeah.
want to keep it in the lips. But yeah, it could be really fun. I love playing with things and finding things that work, right? When you get that, because of course I went through the whole process and samples were being sent to me left, right, and
Oh,
center to
yeah.
find the right ones. And when I got my first samples was like 2 years ago, right before 4th of July. So just 2 years now. And I had friends coming over for 4th of July, and I said, everybody pick a color and a finish. This is what you're going to wear for the day. And we're going to test and see how it goes. And we were in the pool and eating and drinking. And it was great to see how it wears on different skin, right? Like if you're oily or dry, if you've got sunscreen on, if you don't. So it was a perfect test. We're looking at cups halfway through the day. How much is on the cup? How much is left on your face? How long have you been in the pool? Like,
Yeah.
it's a great way to test. My friends are good
Document
guinea
that.
pigs. Pardon?
Did you document that?
We did. It was fun.
Good. Good.
It
Good.
was fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I think if our listeners are listening, I mean, talking about taking leaps and just if you have something on your mind or in your heart that you want to do or you've been thinking about for years, what's stopping you? And then if you have a reason that's stopping you, start dissecting that. What's that reason and what's the solution to it so that you can do it? Because so many people, it's like with innovation, God's my higher power, whatever that is for anyone else. But he gives lots of people the same ideas, but people don't know how to take action. And so I think it's just like figuring it out. If you're thinking about doing a retreat, figure it out. What's it going to take to have you do that? Start with just doing a day treat where you don't even do an overnighter and see how people like it. See if they want to do another one with you. Maybe they want to go on a 3-day and then maybe you do an international one. There's just so many ways that you can play in the sandbox and what you can do. But if you stay in your lane with your genius, what you know, that's super important. If you're corporate, you're listening to this and you are thinking doing corporate retreats, those are some things like Retreat R&R. We have a concierge service where we can come in and we'll do everything, boots on the ground if you need it, to be there for you and support you so that you can just stay in your zone of genius and teach what you know. And then you let the other people do what they know. So do you have any final words of inspiration for our listeners?
I think, like you said, take that leap, take a leap of faith, trust yourself and just do it and have fun. And, the retreat approach is fantastic. Go take a day and then make it 2 days and then 3 and then a week, like you said. And before you know it, this is your life and it's amazing. So,
do you guys have a lip slogan yet?
So not really a slogan, I would say. Lots of things that we say, but not really a slogan. You have something rattling around in there that you're thinking?
I'm really good at thinking of things. So just the thought popped up. So I thought, we should just see. Well, okay. I guess we're out of time, darn it. We're not going to talk about lips anymore today. So I suggest you go to Monica's website. It'll be posted right below here in the show notes. Grab your special. She's extending that. What is it? National Lipstick Day?
So National Lipstick Day is July 29th, but I will extend it at least until August 7th or 8th. How's that? Okay. I'll commit to the 8th for now, for sure.
So don't waste time because we're recording this earlier, but we're going to try to hurry and get it up and out there so that we can get the sale for you all and you can go and have some great lips. I'm going to go have some great lips right away before all you even hear this. So there you go. So next time you see me recording, hopefully I'll be wearing some great lips.
You'll be wearing Keka's Usna and you'll be able to say, I put this on this morning and I have not had to reapply it.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, I really am. Okay. Well, thanks, Monica, for joining us. We appreciate all your knowledge and your leap of faith and being a good example to all these other business entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much. It's been so much fun. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. Bye for now. Okay, I can't get it to stop. Just a sec. What has happened? My mice. None of my mice are working. Mouse. I can't get it to move. It's like literally stuck. Okay, that's weird.
Like you said, one of those technology days.
I know. It's literally, I have 2 of them here. Wait, maybe that one. None of them are moving. At least I can edit. I'm glad we're not live. We'd be all, let's just continue the show for an hour. Okay.
Do you do live very often or no?
Never. No. If I was more organized and had like people that were on there live with me running it, I might. Oh. Because it's, in a way, it's easier. I've been on several shows lately. Okay.
It's still recording, I think.
It is because I can't stop it. Oh, wait, I just saw the mouse. One of them come up.
How funny.
Hang on. Maybe it's because I got a new computer, but they're not synced together, but I can use my mouse. So I'm thinking the other one closed down while we were recording and that I just need to move it over. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Now. Thanks for joining us on this episode of All Things Retreat. We hope you're leaving with new ideas, fresh inspiration, and the motivation to take your retreats to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps us grow and reach more retreat leaders like you. And if you have any questions, topics you'd like us to cover, or just want to say hello, send us an email at info@weretreatrnr.com. Follow us on social media to stay connected and catch all the latest updates. Until next time. Remember, great retreats start with great intentions. Let's make them extraordinary, one step at a time.